Choice Hotels has done a very, very interesting thing. They've taken a brand and they've said, let's put a heart to that brand. Music touches people's hearts. And why don't we just ask people to come to our website, to choicehotelsmusic.com, and download that song, have a good time listening to it, and at the same time when you do it, we'll give Operation Smile $1. And if we can do that thousands and thousands of times, we can change thousands and thousands of lives, and nobody loses.
When Choice Hotels Music asked me for a song to benefit Operation Smile, I recalled a song that I'd written a few years ago for a children's story called Turn on a Smile.
That was good.
Part of the inspiration for this song was the fact that it's so easy for us to take a smile for granted, and not everybody can smile.
Turn on a smile!
That's great.
The first time we heard Billy Whiteacre sing Turn on a Smile, we knew that would be the key to help us to raise funds for these children. So for everyone that downloads that song, Choice Hotels gives us that $1, and we will be able to collect those dollars and do a surgery for another child.
Shall we do one?
About 30 years ago, we took that first trip to the Philippines, and I'll never forget it, seeing about 300 families that came in to see us. Every one of those parents were tugging at our sleeve and begging us to take care of their child. And every one of those kids had a gaping hole in the lip, roof of their mouth. They couldn't eat, they couldn't speak an intelligible word. Yet we could only take care of 40 kids and had to watch over 250 that got sent away. And all we could say was maybe next year, but there was no next year.
When we see children with cleft palates, they can't eat, they're not speaking, they never go to school, they never come out of their hut. We're seeing lots of children dying with this deformity because they're just not nourished and they just can't survive. In the past 30 years, we've operated on over 160,000 children.
As little as $240 to change a kid's life, and as little as 45 minutes to an hour. It's like, why shouldn't we be doing this?
At Choice Hotels, we're in the hospitality industry. What we can do every day is to provide a smile, a welcome, when people enter our doors, stay at our hotels. What Operation Smile does is keep that smile on people's faces forever.
Actually, it doesn't move. Turn it off. Oh.
When you're a touring musician, you don't really get to see what happens in developing countries and what happens with children in developing countries who have these disfigurements. I can't imagine being a parent of somebody that needed help in a country where you couldn't get the help. Music gives so much to people already, but when you can do something like this where you actually can make a difference in somebody's life, that's a beautiful thing.
The song is all about empowering children to change their situation for the better just by smiling. So it just seems like a perfect opportunity to have a children's choir.
We're ready.
I've seen something about Operation Smile and the work that they do. I think it was something about Latin America, and obviously it hits a nerve, you know, when it's poor third world countries coming from Argentina. I know firsthand, you know, that some people down there don't have even the basic means that we have, that we take for granted here.
Here we go.
You can make yourself happy. You can turn on a smile.
You were asking me about the Grammys before, and they're great projects, but sometimes these smaller projects, especially for charity, are the ones that you cherish.
Smile!
And so that's how the session went, and I had 80 tracks of vocals.
Check, check, 2. When you're all alone, you can think of the friends that you know.
In the Philippines, beautiful little girl named Chadleen couldn't verbalize a word. but just kept singing. We were lucky enough to have one of our surgeons be able to operate on her and fix the hole in the roof of her mouth, her cleft palate. This little child was 12 years old at the time and just had this beautiful, beautiful voice. And all of a sudden, she embodied why we did this.
Every time I sing, I want to show everyone how Operation Smile changed my life, and especially the perfect song, because Turn on a Smile is really a perfect song for Operation Smile. Turn on a Smile. It is such a blessing to sing with Mr. Billy. It was hard for me to accept why I wasn't born normal and other kids are enjoying their life. And when I wasn't able to sing, it was really hard for me. I told my teacher that I want to sing because I thought that it will be a good idea so that my classmates won't tease me. So when I was in front of my classmates and I started to sing, it was just horrible. They laughed at me and I really cried, and when I got home, I told my mom and dad that I don't want to go to school anymore, and it was really hard for me knowing that I couldn't have a bright future like the others have. Now I could sing and I feel great. Only word, great, incredible. I'm just so thankful to Operation Smile for changing my life, and I hope that I could inspire people who's like me before.
Turn on a smile.